with the Cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a cap hit of just $9.76 million,
Yes.
to be exact.
Okay.
And he says it is a bargain for a quarterback because he says that's a great position to be as a GM when you have a quarterback who has a small cap number.
Mm-hmm.
You can build a championship roster around him. That's the way you build a championship roster. What you think?
No, that's not the way you build a championship roster. You build a championship roster by identifying the players that you need to help you win a championship.
Okay.
In theory, it has nothing to do with spending money. And this has been something that, since this salary cap was put into place, that the narrative and the selling point by teams, presidents, and the media is you can't spend money on certain guys at certain times when their contracts come up because the quarterback has taken all the money.
And I'm happy you said that because this is what the brother said. He said, quote, there are different things you can do, especially with a rookie contract, as opposed to a veteran who is making a considerable part of your salary cap. So he's basically saying, when you got a vet who's sucking up most of your salary cap, how you going to build a winner?
I don't know where he gets that from. I don't know where he's getting it from. I could go all the way back to our championship team.
Okay.
And this is obviously the salary cap continues to elevate over the years. Whatever the cap was when we played is $100 million, whatever the number was. You know how many dudes on our team made crazy money? Our entire damn team. Rich McKay and Tony Dungy figured out how to build a championship winning team. And then John Gruden came in, obviously, and we went to the Super Bowl. But Keenan McCardell was making money. I was making money. Warren Sapp making money. Simeon Rice, Derek Brooks, Rondé Barber, Brian Kelly. I mean, I could just name all. Everybody made what they were supposed to make. Everybody was in the top 5 highest paid at their position when we won the Super Bowl. Now I fast forward to the world that we live in today. The Rams, Aaron Donald,
Okay.
Jalen Ramsey, Todd Gurley, Jared Goff, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp. I could go on and on and on about them continuously spending money. They went out after the Super Bowl and gave Jared Goff another $100 million.
That's true.
Hey, man, they got some money. We found Aaron Donald some money. We're going to find you some money. After have given Todd Gurley record-breaking money. Then they trade for Jalen Ramsey and give him record-breaking money. Then they address Robert Woods when they traded for him and signed him. I mean, they got him in free agency. Then Cooper Kupp got his extension. So this narrative that's out there that you cannot build a winning team because you pay your quarterback all this money, that ain't nothing but just a bunch of smoke and mirrors, man. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they just brought everybody back. Tom Brady is getting paid. He ain't playing for free. Well, he ain't playing. He's only getting $25 million. Man, that's a lot of damn money.
It is.
But
when you got Dak and these guys making 40,
what's wrong with the Dallas Cowboys? They paying everybody too. And that team looks like, on paper,
you're right,
a competitive team with a new defensive staff that should come in and help the defense because that was the Achilles heel to their team.
But did they do that when Dak, at the time, seemed like his salary was just $500,000?
But okay, all this stuff is planned. This isn't all of a sudden, Brian, today we got to sign all these players. I know that I have to sign you in 2024. I'm already prepared to sign you in 2024. Even though I'm paying my quarterback today, I'm knowing that I got to pay you 2-3 years from now. So I'm projecting out based on the salary cap of where we think it's going to be, based on my roster and other players that I have to sign. I already know this sort of stuff. Steve Keim is just saying something that if we don't make it to the Super Bowl or a deep run, I'm probably going to get fired, which means Cliff Kingsbury's probably going to get fired, which means we're probably going to have a new coach here and it's not going to want to retain our quarterback. So the pressure is, I need you to do really well this year to help me keep my job so I can give you an extension, which means I have an excuse to say that we paid you, but we can't build the rest of the team around you, but at least we paid you and I kept my job for another 5 years. That's all it is. It's a big excuse. That's all it is. Seattle paid Russell Wilson. They paid Tyler Lockett the other day. They getting ready to pay Jamal Adams. They paid Bobby Wagner right after they paid Russell Wilson. So give me a team that can't pay anybody after they pay their quarterback. Name one team. Give me one team. Because my nephew can't guard Mike, slant Mike as they like to call him.
Right.
I like to take his $100 million contract catching slants. Could I get back in the league and catch some slants for $100 million? Since that's all he does. But they paid Drew Brees, and then they would paid him, and they paid Kamara, and they paid on the defensive side of the ball. So come on. I could go through the whole league, the entire league. Everybody's getting paid. The Green Bay Packers are getting ready to pay Aaron Rodgers, even though he ain't on a rookie deal. Getting ready, if he goes back, to give him 3-year, $150 million. And they just paid Kenny Clark. Aaron Jones getting paid, and they got to pay Devontae Adams. Oh, by the way, the Kansas City Chiefs, didn't they just pay their quarterback?
Yeah, they did.
And Tyreek Hill, and they tied in, and their defensive tackle, and they brought in Frank Clark and traded for him and paid him, and they getting ready to repay Tyrann Mathieu again after they paid him once, and Patrick Mahomes is coming off a rookie contract when they decided to give him $500 million.
You know, the funny thing is...
There, I got you convinced now.
Well, you make a good argument because Keim was saying, hey, this is the reason why we were able to do the deals we did. J.J. Watt. This is the reason why we were able to make a deal and bring in DeAndre Hopkins.
You can pay Kyler Murray if you want to and still bring them dudes in and pay them. It's all about your capologist playing with the numbers and making sure that they fit in and they work in the projections.
But does it smack you in the face 2-3 years down the line? The Cowboys, that happened to the Cowboys for a number of years.
No, that was an excuse that it happened to them. It was an excuse because they did. It's an excuse because you were not winning. So what the first thing you say is, oh, well, we couldn't get the players. No, you was paying players that couldn't play. So you were so bad you couldn't attract guys that wanted to come in and play on bad teams. That's it. It's not, no, absolutely no. Absolutely no.
And so when you look at teams around, Baltimore, Cleveland.
Pay them. Give them their money.
Baker.
Pay them.
Really?
You pay them. You give them their money.
Do you wait this year, especially in Cleveland, to see if Baker can take this and elevate this team now to possibly the Super Bowl because you've got everything around him?
I don't know that they're a Super Bowl appearing team this year. They certainly are in the mix, but so is Kansas. I mean, it's Kansas City and then everybody. Kansas City's they're up there. They're so in front. They're so far in front of everybody else that it's interesting to see if Cleveland could get there. But Cleveland's a really good team.
Yeah.
Baker has consistently gotten better over the years since his rookie year. He's just gotten better as a quarterback. Second half of the season, we saw what he was able to do once he learned the offense and things slowed down for him within the system, a brand new system. I think he's had like 4 or 5 different play callers in his head since he's been a rookie.
Right.
And he's had 4 head coaches if you want to include the interim head coach. So it's like it's different. But I'm paying him. I ain't got no problem with him. I'm going to give him his money, whatever it is. Lamar Jackson, I'm paying him.
Yeah.
Where are you going to get Lamar Jackson at? Pretty good for a wide receiver, huh?
Absolutely.
And where are you going to get Josh Allen at? What is there to think? Isn't it funny how the conversation always goes, well, I don't really know about Lamar and Baker. Oh, yeah, you pay Josh Allen. What's the difference? What's the difference to Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, and Lamar Jackson? There is no difference. They all got 3 unique different styles that fit what that particular team is trying to do. But we elevate Josh Allen after 3 poor seasons. Not poor, I don't want to call them poor, but 3 young seasons where in that second year, there was like, well, Then all of a sudden, you get Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley, and they start to look a little different, and they make a noise. Now all of a sudden, he gets a few MVP type nods, and then everybody's like, oh, this guy's great. But Lamar wins the MVP, and we still sitting up going, we don't really know about this guy. Like, come on, man, y'all need to stop. That's what they want. Ain't nothing wrong with that because that's what they like. And I'm sure if he was on the open market, there'd be 20-some other teams lining up for his services.
Without question.
So I don't even understand why we even had that conversation about paying him or not paying him.
Well,
and then the unique side of it too, Brian, is we always got to say, and not from a negative standpoint, but we always got to say, well, his mother's doing his deal. Okay, so what does that mean? His mother's doing the deal. Well, we hope that the Ravens don't take advantage of. Well, I don't think the Ravens will be able to take advantage of the situation because the market is the market, period. The numbers are the numbers. It's not like